Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all on Global Gateway's live broadcast session. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you, especially my guest, Ms. Aisha Isaac, is with me from Global Gateway. She's Assistant Branch Manager at Global Gateway. So, starting from Global Gateway Immigration is basically an immigration consultancy which is providing services to all of its respected clients to migrate, to resettle, to do business, to initiate new ventures, new startups in Australia, Canada, Europe, and all around the globe. So these are basically main services which we are providing. So Global Gateway is providing services for last many years. Today, my guest, Ms. Aisha Isaac, will be telling us more and more about Global Gateway, its services, and its ventures which we are doing right now. So, Ms. Aisha, especially I would like to welcome you first on
Hi,
this.
Uncle.
Yeah, thank you. On this very first live broadcast session of Global Gateway, and hopefully we will be doing a lot of many more
For
live
sure.
in the future. So,
For
starting from
sure,
the
for sure.
Global Gateway, as nowadays you're working at Global Gateway as assistant branch manager, and you're a senior immigration consultant. So,
Hmm.
first of all, I would like to know if you can please provide us a brief overview of Global Gateway and its mission, and basically what is the mission of Global Gateway? What are the services Global Gateway is providing in the field of immigration, work permits, and all?
See, Global Gateway is an organization that helps people to migrate from one country to another, depending on their profiles. First of all, we are very much keen about their profiles and what are the opportunities that we have for them. And we want to make sure that everybody that we get connected with gets into their dream country and start their career. First of all, I would like to tell that Global Gateway is just not an organization that helps people to migrate, but also Global Gateway help them achieve their goals in life. And it's not a very easy decision for any individual to take to migrate to another country. So Global Gateway is a very trusted organization as well as a firm that help people to migrate. Um, First of all, I would like to thank you for getting me on this platform and to make people understand what Global Gateway is actually about. We aim to provide guidance and support to anybody who is looking forward to looking for a job outside of Middle East, Asia, and those who want to earn a better future for their families and for their kids. And we make sure that we are a very helping hand for them, and we also make sure that whatever cases that are in our hands get successful.
Okay, that's really great because I think in these tough times, this is something which is of a great importance and great value because I
Yes,
think everyone is trying to look for an opportunity to move towards a better lifestyle, towards a better
yes.
life for their families, for their future, for their generations. Okay, so in short, I think. Whatever you're explaining, I think we can say that Global Gateway is an organization which is basically trying to support the dreams of the audience of all
Definitely,
basically
definitely.
trying for resettlement. Okay, moving forward, I would like to ask because see, nowadays we see a lot of people working in this field. Okay, and we
Mhm.
also see, I mean, a lot of comments about different organizations and about different players which are basically playing their role in this field. So, how do you see Global Gateway? How Global Gateway is basically different from all these immigration consultancies which are basically running in the market?
See, being different from the pack isn't easy, especially when you're in an industry where most of the competitors are providing the same services. Global Gateway is proud to present a team which is so experienced, and they're coming from the similar experiences from their background. Global Gateway is proud to present a team which is a helping hand, and a team of individuals who are there for their clients and who are there most of the times available for them. We are very much experienced in the same field from the last 10 years, and we have different individuals who are looking forward to make the future better for every person. See, migration and helping individuals to reach their dream country is one of our jobs to do, and we We feel proud in doing so, and I would be very clear in saying that for us, what makes Global Gateway different from other organizations is our team, are the services that we provide, and it won't be wrong to say that our people are dedicated to service.
That's really great, because a team is the base. A team
It
uh,
is.
is important. Yeah, exactly, for running any sort of business, for even it is any sort of services or any sort of consultancies. Okay, so moving forward, connected to this question, I would like to further ask about the values, core values, and principles which basically guide the Global Gateway's approach to assisting its client towards the immigration needs. If you can please put some light on it.
I would be very happy to explain it into simple words. First of all, respect for the individuals, honesty and integrity, there's expertise, clear communication with the clients. These are one of the core values that we look forward to. We treat each person with kindness and fairness, and we try our level best to give them the clear services. We make our communications to be fair enough for our clients to understand what they are getting themselves into.
Yeah, and I think that is something which is basically every client is looking for any sort of organization, because the trust in this sort of activities is very very important.
And
And
on the top of that, we do have the dedication to provide them what they want, and we just don't take them as our clients or as someone who just came to us and who wants to move to a different country, but we see ourselves in them. What if we are in their place? What if we are in their position? So that is why our priority to give them what they want.
that's really interesting, because I don't think like the businesses basically think that way. And if Global Gateway is thinking that way, I think that is really interesting, and that is something I would say is a unique point, because I've seen many immigration agencies which are basically, I think, doing different sort of tricks, and they're trying to play with the clients, with their
Well,
money.
that is actually that is a clear thing that is in this industry. What people industry is actually a blacklisted industry. What people have in their mind.
Yeah,
So, but with Global Gate, we tries to keep itself outside of that box, and we deal with very fairly to our
yeah,
clients, and that is one of our main motto, that we
yeah.
have to be clear with whatever processes they're getting into.
Yeah, I think that is something which is really important for the business of Global Gateway. If we move towards the services, first I
Mhm.
will ask you about the range of services basically which Global Gateway is offering to its client, which are basically seeking to migrate or getting some work opportunities towards European countries.
It's a very simple. There's a very simple answer to your question, and I think it's a great platform to make people understand like what services do we provide. It doesn't depend on the services that the consultancy is providing. Basically, we work for permanent residencies, we work for business immigrations, we work for work permits, we work for visit visas. But the main thing is that what the client, which category our client is falling into. There are many people who are coming and who are asking us for the assistance for the work permit, but basically they fall in the criteria of getting a permanent residency. Those who are very well suitable for to start a business in a different country, but they don't have a clear picture to that. So
Mhm.
basically, we are not just dealing with specific services, but we also provide a clear guidance to our clients that what is a suitable program for them.
Okay, and for that, basically, you go through their profile and you look
Yes,
into
we
it
do.
and you suggest them, right?
We go through their profile, we go through their experiences, we go through their educational backgrounds, we go through a lot of information that they have to provide us. That is like the main thing that we need to see. Other than if we do not follow that, we won't be able to guide them in a better way, and they won't be able to get the success.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, if we go through this process which you are explaining, so can you please tell us like a few steps if we talk about the execution of this whole process for the clients? Can you please explain like what are the steps basically which are involved in this whole process for the clients?
Basically, the first step is that when they connect with us, we ask them to have an in person meeting so that it is easier for us to understand their profile. It is easier for them to understand what Global Gateway has to provide to them. The second step comes when they have understood the process and the opportunity that they have in their hand. The main thing is the documentations. We need to make sure that the client that we are taking their case, they have their documentations in their hand, and they have they're like sure about their documentation also, because if any document is missing, it is very difficult for us and for them to move ahead. They
Yeah.
might get stuck in the process also. That is step two that we make sure before taking their case actually.
Hmm.
Then comes the application process, which is quite simple, which is 90% in our hands, and the 10% is definitely the client's duties and responsibilities. Then we have the submission, where we have to submit their profile to the specific country where they have applied, to the specific facilitator. We have our lawyers, we have our employers in different parts of the world where we have our connections, and where we can help our client to migrate. Then if the client is eligible enough to go for the interview, then the interview process is there. We are very much convenient with them with the interview processes. We go with the online processes, especially when it comes to interviews, whether the employer is in Canada, whether the employer is in Europe, and we make sure that it is very much convenient for a client to come and give the interview wherever they are present. Then there are updates and communication between the company and the clients. We have our resolution of issues if there comes any. We make sure that if any problem is there, that we sit together and we resolve, whether it's because of the documentation, whether it's because the further processing, whether it's their personal issues as well. We make sure that we are looking forward into each and every issue that is coming, and we help them to resolve it. Then there's decisions and approvals based on our communications. Then we have post approval assistance as well when it comes to their cases.
Okay, that's I think that's very explanatory. And I would like to ask, like, because when you're explaining the whole process, I'm just imagining myself in the whole process, like what is the thing which I can face and what is the outcome which can come. So if I am applying and if my documents are missing, if there is something which is lacking, and how does Global Gateway cater with this? And secondly, if in the first step, uh, if in the first step any immigration consultant cannot detect the deficiency of documents or any incompletion, how Global Gateway caters it for the second process, for the second step?
As I have already explained that before we take the case, we make sure that the individual, the applicant, is already having the documentations in hand. If there is lack of any critical document, we make sure that the client first prepares the documents and then make sure that yes, he's able to step into this process, so that me and them, Global Gateway or our client, is in the safe hands, and they don't have to go with any issues in the future, whether it's a legal documents, whether it's their personal documents, whatever it is. So we make sure in the beginning of the process that the client is not getting himself into trouble, and nor are we. This documentation is actually the base of any case that we are going to take. So we make sure we make sure that we are having all the documents with us before we take the case. So I don't think that your question is valid enough that in between the case we'll be giving the trouble to the client. That's why your specific document is missing. So we don't do that. If
Okay,
any
so
critical document is missing, we won't be going further with.
okay, so it means there is no chance that like any client will be facing this sort of difficulty, like they will
Yes.
be listening to the second step without any documents. Okay.
Yes, because see, if there is any critical documentation missing from the client side, it will be a very difficult thing for us and the client to come out of it. So we make sure in the beginning that whatever we are providing to our client, they are in the safe hand, and we make sure that what case we are dealing with, we can provide them with the great success.
Okay, that's really nice. Okay, so like, this is an era which is like advanced era, and every new day is bringing a lot of technological advancements. Every new day is bringing policies becoming like changes rapidly in all the countries, and every country is basically
Hmm.
rapidly changing their rules and regulations which are connected
Yeah.
to technological advancements, which are connected to immigration policies, immigration rules and regulations. Especially, we can see that Canada is very much active in changing these
Yes.
policies. So goes for like European Union and also the countries which are in Europe. So basically, how Global Gateway caters this sort of changes which are coming on daily basis in the process of immigration, and how Global Gateway helps its clients to implement these new changes into those.
See, first of all, we are very much sure about the changes that are coming, that are going to come in the future, because we already have our lawyers and facilitators and employers who are always there, who are ready to give us our help, and we make sure that whatever clients we have, they don't have to go with such issue in the future or in between their cases. Also, Canada, Europe, whatever changes they are making, they make sure that if the profiles are there, if the cases are already going on in between, there will be a chance for them to update their cases. So we also make sure that if we are updating the cases of the clients with whatever country or whichever country they choose, to update their cases with the specific documents. So the documentation which I have already told you and we have already discussed, that are discussed before we take the case with the client. So there is
Yeah.
no such specific document or no
Mhm.
such critical thing that will be required in between the process, whether the rules are changing, the or whatever it is changing. Yeah,
So it means,
we do face some issues when there is some war going on that was happened recently. But alhamdulillah, with the passing of the time, with our great services to the clients, we were able to provide them still with the success.
okay, that's really great. So it means there is a room for the
There is a room.
update of the documents if there is anything like that coming into the like
Yes,
changes in the policies. Okay, okay, that's really great so far. So moving towards the global gateway abouts and information. So as we know that whatever business you're running, your success is basically going to play a very important role, especially in the
definitely.
industry. Like if you show success rate, if your
Hmm.
clients are getting that sort of rate, which like the execution of the services which you are providing. So those sort of success stories, I think, very important. That success rate, I would like to ask, like, what is the success rate for global gateway clients? If you can please tell us about that.
So the success for Global Gateway depends on the country and on their process and their on their profiles. We have different success rates when it comes to different countries. Canada, we have almost 98% of success rate. It's in Canada. We have 80% success rate in Europe. We have a very good a number of clients who are ready to migrate. We recently had a very successful case in Global Gateway where the person was not getting its approval to migrate to Hungary, but we were able to get the approval from the ESTC, from the ministry, and we were able to file its visa from Oman. And the person happily got the visa, and he was so happy to migrate to Hungary that he even gave us a number of references which we are still dealing with.
Wow,
So
that's really amazing.
we have a great number of success stories when it comes to different parts of the world, especially Europe and Canada.
Okay, that's really inspiring. So, if I just I know it's not a justified question, but still I would like to ask if you can please share any sort of like number with us, like around how many success stories are coming for Global Gateway in like every year.
Basically, I can tell you month wise, because in a year it will be a very big number. When every month we have different success ratios from different parts of the world, depending on the occupations in demand. Basically, we have 10 to 15 success stories coming up every month in different parts of the world, especially in Hungary, Poland, Canada, Czech Republic. Recently, we have had success stories from Malta as well. Visas are going very good. We had a great number of success in visit visas when the clients wanted to go to Canada. So the number of success is quite good.
Okay, that's really great. So, if you please tell us about the challenges, because everyone who is basically coming to take the services of Global Gateway, I think they are obviously facing some challenges which are urging them to come to Gateway for the professional services and for the assistance in immigration services. So, if you can please, because as per the experience, you have faced a lot of clients, you have dealt with a lot of cases. So if you can please tell us, like, what are the common mistakes or what are the common challenges which basically clients are doing, and how does Global Gateway cope up with all those challenges and difficulties?
Basically, the client has a lot of trust issues when they have to choose a consultancy to take their cases. This
It's a
is the
very,
most
yeah,
it's one of the top most issues that we have to deal with, because they go to many consultancies and they get many different kind of ideas, and people are ready to do anything just for the sake of a small number of money, and they overcommit the clients. And when they overcommit the clients with a small amount of money, they have their own issues, like how I'm going to move to a different country with such a small amount and I'm going to get all of this. So these
yeah,
are the issues that we face when the clients come to us. That okay, some specific person or this consultancy or this agency has given them this option, so they are not sure about that. So
yeah,
how are you going to help up with this? Basically, overcommitment from other agencies are also one of the biggest factors that comes when we are dealing with the clients.
mm,
Although it's not a very difficult job for us to help people migrate. If the profile is in demand, if the occupation is in demand, the success is there to come. So we make sure whatever occupations we have, they are genuine. Whatever
mm,
profiles we are taking, the people are ready to go and work there. It's not only from the client side, but also from our side that we have to face some hurdles. So we make sure that both the places where we are, whether it's the client place, whether it's the agency, they both are in the right positions to help each other out.
yeah. And basically, what are the main challenges which you see apart from these, from the clients coming, like in terms of any sort of like professional things or personal things, if you can please share with us?
Personally, basically, sometimes it's difficult for them to migrate alone. Personally, they want to take their families with them, which is actually a great challenge, because most of the occupations in demand, they don't they don't support family. They don't support families, and they want the individual workers to migrate first. That is one of the main issues. Then the second issue that we face, the clients have to face, is the timeline. We have to be very sure about the timeline, and we also make sure that we give them the right amount of time that they have to wait for, because they have their own plans. And
Mm,
if we exceed the timeline, there might be some changes with the plans also. So we make sure that we are giving them the right amount of time to wait, and the document checklist has also been released to them, so that they are sure about their case.
okay, that's really nice. So, apart from this, if I would like to, if I would like to ask you, like, if you can please tell us, like, if there is a person who is looking to migrate towards any European country with the work
Mhm.
opportunity, so what advice would you like to give them? And if there is someone interested to bring family with them, what advice and steps would you, as an immigration consultant, would like to give? And one more thing,
uh,
I would like to explain here. Mr. Bidhan Dahal has asked a question like, "Can you ask about Australia?" So here I would like to explain that our today's session is basically focused on European countries, especially. So for Australia and Canada, we will be setting up another live session. So in that session, we will be talking about specifically Australia and Canada. So you can please bring up any of your questions in the next session, Mr. Bidan. Thank you. So Aisha, back to you, please.
yeah, can you please repeat your question?
Yeah, I would like to know, like, if there is a person who is basically looking to migrate towards Europe and with the work opportunities, what basic advice would you, as an immigration expert, uh, to those people? And also, please advise about the process to those people who are basically looking to migrate with their families, who want to bring their families also. So please advise them.
See, the only advice that I would give them is, if you're looking to migrate with the family, Europe is not the option. If you are looking to migrate with the family, then they have to go with the business immigration, because work permit is basically for those people who are working with the blue collar jobs, and they are highly in demand. As we have discussed earlier also in the session, that the job opportunities in Europe are mostly for people who are in who are working as like general workers, electricians, plumbers. So a family opportunities for them is zero. or it's very less. So if a person is looking to migrate with the family, or they have a plan to take their family, they have to go with their business immigration, and they have to change the country of migration, because Europe is not the place for them to take the family initially.
Okay. And how about those people who are basically looking for migration without the families and with the specific work opportunities? The
Um, it depends on the occupations in demand. We won't be taking any cases if the occupation is not in demand, whether the person wants to go alone or if the person wants to take the family. Whichever country is it, whichever area it is, we have to make sure that the person is able to get the job first, because that is our key role.
Yeah. Okay, so if we talk about, because we are talking about Europe, so can you please explain like which are few of the policies which can basically help out, or which can basically become a problem for the clients which are basically trying to migrate towards Europe? So any sort of challenges regarding the significant policies, or any immigration policies which are coming?
Basically, they might get homesick in the beginning. Nothing so serious, because anyways they'll be in safe hands. They'll be having their jobs, they'll be busy with their own schedule, they will be busy, focused on their own careers. So I don't think that they'll be that they'll be having any trouble when it comes to a migration to any other country other than being homesick.
Okay. Okay, so that's really interesting. Obviously, I mean, it is, I think in the start, whenever you migrate, these are the things which you face, obviously. So,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah, one last thing I would like to ask you is basically, if you can please tell us, because we are talking about Europe, if you can please tell us, like, right now, what opportunities Global Gateway have at hand? Okay, right now, because right now, I would like to tell the viewers that Global Gateway is present in around 9 countries, and our offices are around in 3 countries recently, which are Oman, Qatar, and Nepal. And our Oman address you can see on screen, and our Nepal address and our Qatar address you can also see on screen in few seconds. And with that, Aisha, I would like you to please explain the audience, explain the viewers that what are the possible opportunities which Global Gateway currently have, what are the countries, and which occupations do you have, and what can be the possible requirements, and how the audience can start their process, and what is the way to reach you out.
Okay, so the question requires quite details. Basically, we have ample number of occupations in demand. We have general laborers, we have general workers, people related to construction sites, construction workers, people working in hospitality sectors, electricians, plumbers, florists. Then we have a huge demand of different nationalities like Filipinos, Nepalis, Sri Lankans. We have opportunities in different parts of Europe and Schengen countries like Croatia, Czech
Mhm.
Republic, Malta, Poland. We have demands in Germany. We have demands in Italy, but it depends. The occupations, wherever we have the occupations in demand and the person's profile is suitable, then only we will guide the person to migrate to a specific country. There are a number of clients that comes to us and ask us to migrate to this country, whether we don't have the occupation also. So we help them not to migrate. We suggest them that this is not a suitable country for you. Instead of facing problems in the future, better not to decide to migrate into that specific country. What we do is we make sure that the profile is right and we have their occupation in demand in any of the country. Then we ask for the specific documentation. And if the person is ready and they have made up their mind, we ask them to sign the contract with us, and we start their process with the help of our filing team. They'll be getting updates on weekly basis. They will be
Mhm.
getting updates from back from the country where they have applied. There will be a specific a process going on with their case, and within a couple of months, they'll be able to receive some legal documents from their employer, and then the visa process will continue.
Okay, that's really great. So, so what a person can do to start the process?
The person has to make sure to have a first meeting with us to understand the process in a better way, like to know what are the possible opportunities for that person to migrate. It is very
Mhm.
important for them to know that what are the countries offering them, and what are their what opportunities they're going to have in the specific country, and
Mhm.
are they able to get the success on the basis of that. Is their profile suitable enough for the specific country to get the visa stamped on their passport or not? So these are the basic main things that the person has to understand. So to understand these things, it is important for them to have an in-person meeting with us. We always invite them to the office, book an appointment, discuss with us. We are open to discuss. We are open to discuss all the matters, whether they are personal, whether they are official, whether they have any documentation issues. So we are always there. Give us a call. We
Mhm.
will make sure to set a specific day and time based on the client's preference, and we will discuss their matter in person.
Okay, that's really great. I think that is really informative for all the clients, whoever wants to start the process, whoever wants to get the information. I think it is really important to have one-to-one meeting, because when you have one-to-one meeting,
Definitely.
explains a lot of things, and client also gets the opportunity to explain their needs and their requirements and their dreams, obviously. And at the end, I would like to ask you, what is the expected processing time if we talk about European product? If you can generally give
Mm.
us, I know it will vary country to country,
Yes.
obviously, but if we can generally give them a timeline towards our clients.
Basically, it depends from country to country, from occupation to occupation. If your occupation is in demand and you are applying in the right country, it won't take more than 3 months for you to get the legal documents. Basically, we give them a safe timeline of 6 months minimum. Sometimes, in few cases, we have to give them an extended timeline of 8 months as well. We make sure that whichever country we are applying, we are getting the success ratio. Sometimes there are ample of files waiting in the specific country, so we won't be able to get the results in a shorter period of time.
Mhm.
Basically, if in simple words, if I say that the timeline that we have to give to our clients is in between 3 to 8 months.
Okay, so 3 to 8 months, basically varying
Yes,
from process to process, and
yes, yes,
profile and country to country.
yes,
Okay, so I think it was really a conclusive and a very nice session with you, Aisha. Thank you so much for your time, and it was really nice talking to you. So with the special note for all the viewers who are basically listening to us, who are viewing us, I think it is very important to understand the process. It is very important to know what you want, and then obviously immigration experts are there to help you out. Organizations like Global Gateway are basically your trusted visa partners to help you out, to assist you throughout the immigration process, keeping in mind the factors which Ms. Aisha has explained. And obviously, everyone is looking for a better opportunity, looking to have a better future for their generation, for their kids. So, Global Gateway is always here to assist you. Our office is in Muscat, Oman, in Al Ghubra. You can visit us. You can set the appointment, and you can see the number on screen. So you can contact on this number, and you can get the consultation done, and you can book your appointments. And if you want to, if you're in Qatar, if you're in Nepal, you can also get the address of our offices, and you can contact them also. So with this, I think that this was really a nice session. I hope everyone got to understand the process, and if there is any sort of queries, any sort of understanding, any sort of questions left, you can please write us to our socials. You can message us on Facebook. You can message us on this number which is on the screen, and you can contact us anytime you want. And with this, we will see you all soon with our Australia programs, with our Canada programs, and then you can ask us further questions you want. So I think with this, we will end our today's session, and we hope to
yes.
see you soon all again. Thank you so much, Miss Aisha, for your time. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank
Thank
you.
you.